Hey, World Warriors! I'm Brian CrowMn for A CrowMn Review, and welcome back to our Asuka month-long extravaganza. It's just a working title, nothing official. Anyways, let's just continue our journey through spin kicks and bikinis. This is Kana Manifesto II. Title card, please. Released just a year after the original Kana Manifesto, it's the same strange mixture of modeling scenes and wrestling matches that we're revolving this entire month around, so can't wait! Like the last DVD, yeah, I'd say the wrestling matches are given more time on the DVD than the actual modeling, which I still find very weird since the DVD covers thus far have made these features look like modeling DVDs with maybe a couple bonus matches tacked on since, well, I mean, Asuka is a professional wrestler. Now, this is something we kind of neglected to do on the last review, which is actually taking a look at the DVD covers, but honestly, the reason why is, well, there really isn't much to them, but, I mean, I guess there is one or two things that are just a little noteworthy. On the back, it lists Asuka's measurements, which I guess that's kind of relevant, maybe, seeing as it's partially a modeling DVD, and you know, if you're into that sort of thing, if you're into measurements, is that a thing? Either way, very quickly I came to realize that like I just don't know shit about measurements, you guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure the B and the W are supposed to stand for bust and waist, but like it's Japan, so it's listed in centimeters, I assume. And even if I knew the conversion off the top of my head, I don't have any real point of reference for what like good measurements are. I mean, unless you count Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back telling me that, you know, 36, 24, 36 is pretty good in the early 90s. But, I mean, it did come with the sort of clause that you had to be 5'3" for that. I mean, I can't even begin to fathom what the T or the H stand for. Maybe the H is height? Either way. Missing from this DVD, but was actually listed on the previous DVD, for some reason, they gave you Asuka's blood type, which I get just only further convinces me that like Asuka's actually a fighting game character, because that seems like a very fighting game character thing to do, just listing someone's blood type on anything, really. Also, we have a trend with now that we're looking at multiple DVD covers now, but like this is the second DVD in a row where Asuka's cupping her left breast with her right hand. I notice things, but let's just get to the DVD itself and not concentrate on that other thing that like the last DVD, a bulk of Manifesto II is wrestling matches, so you know, that's where we're going to start. Now, this first match we have here was actually a tournament final to crown the first ever Smash Divas champion. Asuka squares off with Serena Deeb. You might recognize her from early to mid-2010 SmackDown as part of CM Punk's Straight Edge Society. Like the previous release, entrances are entirely dubbed over, so you miss out on that sweet Okami theme. Don't worry, I'll play it for you in the background or something. Right off the bat, though, this match was clearly edited. And I'm not just talking about, like, the entrances and such. I mean, like, the match itself. Right after the first shoulder bump, it just cuts to the last half of the match. It's probably as good a cut as they could have got away with, but if you've watched wrestling long enough to know sort of the way that matches sort of pace themselves and build, you immediately know that something is off. That makes it kind of hard to judge this. It's only half a match, so maybe let's just move on to the next one. Our second bout features Asuka taking on Munenori Sawa in a... Okay, look, I don't actually know what kind of wrestling match this was supposed to be. I mean, it didn't look like there were any pinfalls. Nobody seemed to be going for any pinfalls, and like if you got knocked down, if there was a hard knockdown, like the ref would start like a 10 count as though it was like a boxing match or a last man standing match, but you could also win by submission, so... And thinking about it, this should be the kind of match that I'd love. Hard strikes and submission wrestling, an air of realness to it, but instead I was just kind of bored. It felt like a really long match. Every exchange of hard strikes came at the price of a long, drawn-out 10 count, or someone getting knocked outside the ring and needing to recover, or someone slapping on a submission so everyone could get a minute breather. The match couldn't maintain a decent pace or build to anything. Instead of feeling like a real wrestling match, it felt more like a fake MMA match, if that makes sense. And Asuka got wrecked. I don't know why this match was chosen. To finish, Asuka taking on Tomoka Nakagawa for the Smash Divas Championship. It's actually bizarre that I don't have a lot to say about this match, and that's mostly because it's just a good match. Having seen a lot of Tomoka and Shimmer, I was expecting these two to have an incredible match, and while this is the highlight of the DVD match selection, it's still only okay. So based on just the wrestling matches of this DVD, Kana Manifesto II is looking pretty dour. But I mean, just stay with me, guys. I mean, I'm sure the modeling scenes will really, bring this whole thing together. Really just lift this DVD back up. I hope. So right off the bat, the image quality looks much improved over the last release, and while the contrasting, like the bad contrasting, it's still kind of there. It's just not nearly as extreme as before. Asuka's wearing a white robe on a deck. I liked her hair in this scene. Really nothing too awkward other than like a very deliberate upskirt. Like this camera guy had to work to get that shot. Our next modeling scene marks the return of JRPG music. Sounds like something I'd hear in like a Final Fantasy IX or maybe Final Fantasy XII. Asuka's laying on a floor mattress in some black lacy lingerie with roses on them. Looks cute, and yeah, something that I swear was missing in the last DVD. Asuka smiles in this DVD. I mean, by all means, correct me if I'm wrong, but I couldn't remember her smiling even once in the original Manifesto, like the modeling scenes in that. It's nice. And she's doing more of that in the next scene, returning to the beach rocks. She's got a really nice smile. Look, I know it feels like I'm kind of blowing through all of these scenes here, and honestly, it's because they're perfectly okay. They're competent. They're pretty finely shot. Asuka's modeling is okay. I mean, other than what I noted, like, there really wasn't anything to really say about these scenes, but don't worry. Just go ahead and take a few seconds to brace yourself, because this train is about to go off the fucking rails. Now, I want you to stick with me on this one. The next scene has Asuka in her underwear, laying on a bench in front of an organ with her wrists taped together. Sure, a little light bondage, that's kind of hot, I guess. Then the scene goes into part 2 where she's still bound, but now she's laying on some bubble wrap around a couple of paintings on the floor. Then like out of nowhere, some sort of mystery liquid starts dripping on her. I really hope that's water. Belly button pool. God, this scene is ticking off so many clips for sale categories right now, you guys. Okay, that's enough. Next scene. Suddenly I feel like I need some bread. Maybe like some butter to go with the bread. You know, like some sort of a combination of the two. Right, scene. First, Asuka's... Oh, God, she's looking damn fine in this shoot. I love everything. The hair, the outfit, she looks great. The location was looking pretty cool, too, until near the end. Like, you get a few glimpses of stuff in the background that makes me think, like, this looks like somebody's backyard. Like bushes in somebody's backyard. Like, it was looking like they were, like, out somewhere, like, in like, forest or something, but I'm pretty sure they're in someone's backyard. And, like, I get what they were going for in this scene. Asuka's rolling around on the wet ground. This was supposed to be, like, a sexy, dirty, muddy shoot, but, like... I don't know what happened, if like the ground wasn't wet enough or what, but it didn't work as they were probably intending, so like Asuka's just there on the ground and she's not really dirty and mostly just has a couple leaves and like blades of grass stuck to her skin. It looks more silly than sexy. Okay, so for this next scene, we're actually just going to cut to an image of my notes and I'm just going to show you what I wrote down for this scene because that honestly just covers pretty much everything that I have to say about this scene. Frilly shirt. Frilly shirt. Here, I'll just show you.
Tell me what we're fighting for. Don't go. Look for
Frilly shirt. And then we get our interview at the end, which honestly was more entertaining than the latter half of this DVD. And like there's no subtitles or anything, so I don't know what the hell anybody's saying, but just seeing Asuka just talking and smiling and fidgeting with the cloth on her head, like I wish this Asuka was more present on this DVD. And that brings us to the end of Kana Manifesto II, so final thoughts. The match quality took a serious nosedive from the last DVD by including that edited down match with Serena and that weird not MMA bout with Sawa. The modeling improved though, the image quality was better, the quality of the shoots was better, Asuka seems better, there was a lot less awkward moments. Sure, you still have a lot of excess bust close-ups, and yeah, some of the scenes are either confusing, like the bondage one, or don't hit their mark, like the muddy backyard one, but the rest are fine. And that's Kana Manifesto II. Next week, we'll continue with another Asuka gravure, but we're actually taking a little bit of a break from the Manifesto series. We'll be taking a look at Sadistic Tales, featuring Asuka teaming up with another Joshi star, Mio Shirai. For A CrowMn Review, I'm Brian CrowMn, and I'll see you next time, right here on A CrowMn Review.